When ducks attack. Seaside, North Carolina town overrun with hundreds of non-native ducks. I already know what these are, and I didn't even have to read anything other than non-native ducks, or Muscovies. Mr. Duck, I know you will be in my comment section. Please take it easy on me as I diss your duck brethren. I don't want what happens to them to happen to me. I guess I'll play this.
Swansboro has seen an increase in the number of ducks, and that is causing problems during the busy tourist season. The downtown area has dealt with a boom in the number of ducks where tourists like to walk. McKenna Harless says it can cause disturbance with people walking outside.
It also causes a lot of tourists to be trying to pick them up, hold them, and it kind of, on their side, kind of disturbs them and disturbs their peace.
Harless also says people have to stop in the middle of the road when ducks are trying to cross the road.
When it rains, there's puddles, and they just kind of stay in the middle, which...
He sounds like that doctor, the TikTok guy who has the magnifying transmitter. Dr. Parkins or something like that. That's what I was like. He sounds familiar. That's what he sounds like. This is really bad. This is really bad. I'm sorry. This is terrible. This is terrible. We gotta finish this.
Kind of does cause traffic flow and this and that, but for the most part, they are pretty friendly. They stay out of your way.
The mayor of Swansboro, John Davis, says they will have a couple of wildlife agencies and nonprofit organizations attend their council meeting Monday night.
To help us when making that decision, how can we balance the novelty of the ducks versus the nuisance of the ducks?
Some people like the ducks around the area, while some people are not happy with the destruction of property.
Yeah, you have some people that really like the ducks and really appreciate them. You have people that feed them. But then you also have the other problem with defecating their cars on front porches.
They're nasty. They're nasty. We got them here in Florida. Here's the thing. They're from China, I believe, originally. They're Muscovey. In a place called Swansboro. Come on, bro. Ducks in Swansboro. That's not going to fly. The town's population of Muscovey ducks has exponentially multiplied since last year. The hundreds that have taken up residence in the town's downtown area, according to Swansboro Mayor John Davis. The insurgency of ducks has coincided with the town's peak tourist seasons and recent federal wildlife protections, pitting the demands of Mother Nature against the red tape requirements of the town's seasonal economy. People love to see the ducks, and it is what... So, wait. Are they saying that you can't remove them? Okay, so we have peacocks here in Florida too. Peacocks are from Southeast Asia. You technically are allowed to just kill them. They're invasive. There's no protection on them. They're non-native. With that being said, if they're on someone's private property, which most of the time they are, you can't really do anything about it. Same kind of thing with these guys. If no one wants you to take them out, they'll be crossing the road and they can barely fly. And they just kind of waddle around in the middle of the road, not caring. And you see them dead on the side of the road sometimes because they just literally will fly in front of a car. But they don't fly more than 10, 15 feet off the ground. And it's usually they're they're struggling. But anyway, they poop everywhere. And any body of water where they routinely live in turns disgusting colors. And they smell really bad. And it's not good. It's not good for the native stuff. The town's proximity to water and its ample supply of natural food sources make it a good habitat for ducks. Yeah, people will feed these guys. They'll come right up to you. They're not a nuisance in the sense that it's not like they attack you. They're not like a goose or a swan where they're not malicious. They literally just walk around. But they're just dumb. The town does not have reliable numbers for the total ducks in the town over the last few years, but the number of ducks rescued by local Possumwood Acres Wildlife Sanctuary suggests a gradual increase in the downtown area, according to the sanctuary's rehab coordinator, Courtney Cole. The sanctuary rescued 16 ducks in 2020, 21 ducks in 2021, and 51 ducks in 2022. 2023 alone, the sanctuary has rescued 32 ducks so far. Cole estimates this will surpass 2022. Blah, blah, blah. The more ducks are being needed to be rescued, so more of the town's money is going towards that for invasive ducks. However, the migratory birds were added to the Migratory Bird Treaty Act in 2010, according to the North Carolina's Wildlife Resource Commission. While North Carolina's state law treats the bird as akin to domestic animals rather than a protected species, the town itself is limited by the complicated framework of regulations. What? They're under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act? But they're non-native. Notably, the options to simply relocate the ducks is off the table, according to Davis. I would hate to see us get into a situation where we're having to euthanize ducks, Davis said, adding the town is meeting to discuss the problem on Monday. As the town navigates red tape of the problem, the implications of the sheer number of ducks in a crowded tourist town is unavoidable. That doesn't make any sense. You have somebody that comes out first thing in the morning to grab the paper, and they have deceased duck basically front yard. I mean, yeah, what do you expect to happen? We all love the ducks. So you love, it's just like all the old people that live here in Florida. They love the animals until it's a problem for them. Let's see. Where are Muscovey ducks native? Whoa. Here, let's go to Wikipedia, because all these are native to the Americas, from the Rio Grande Valley of Texas and Mexico, south of Argentina and Uruguay. Feral Muscovy ducks are found in New Zealand, Australia, and Central and Eastern Europe. What? They're from America? Small wild and feral breeding populations have also established themselves in the U.S., particularly in Florida, Louisiana, Massachusetts, and the Big Island, Hawaii, as well as many other parts of North America, including southern Canada. I was always told they came from China. Huh. I did not know that. Oh, so they're just a South American species. That's cool. I didn't know that. Okay. So they're just non-native here. They call it feral. I didn't know that. Animal Rights Foundation of Florida. Let's see what we're talking about here in Florida. Our unusual Florida residents, they hiss instead of quack, they fly clumsily, and somehow flourish in Florida's urban environment. Native to Central and South America, they have lived in Florida for many years and can be found near lakes and canals. The Muscovy duck is easily recognized by blah, 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 blah. There's no evidence that they carry disease, otherwise pose a health risk. Trapping and relocating may sound like a good option, especially in disreputable trappers give only vague information about the ultimate destination of the animals. State law does not allow Muscovy ducks to be relocated to public lands. The truth is that when ducks are removed by trappers, they will most likely be killed. Ducks who are not killed right away may be transported long distances in cramped cages to place that will kill them for meat and exploit them for their eggs. Oh my god, what is this? A freaking Animal Rights Foundation. Oh, exploit them for their eggs. God. I mean, yeah, I don't. What do you want people to do about this situation, to be quite honest with you? What is it that they're supposed to do? Okay, yes, garbage ducks. I mean, FWC has no population projection, but there are thought to be tens of thousands in Florida. They've been here since the 60s. I mean, this is just in Florida. These birds were escaped captivity or released illegally for ornamental purposes. Their status is invasive or introduced species, and their propensity for breeding has resulted in official policies that promote population control over protection. Landowners can remove them without a permit, but they can't move them to public land, which means they're usually euthanized unless a private owner or rare shelter will take them. Bonita Springs resident Dan Gallagher supports FWC's conclusion, noting that the anthropomorphization run amok that surrounds sometimes beloved animals such as the Muscovey may be blind to the fact that they can be a nuisance, especially in large numbers. So yeah, so you can't release them on public land. So you can't bring them to another park or something. You can't bring them to a wildlife management area. That's considered public land. You can only release them on private property. So like if they're there and you take them away, you basically have to kill them. And that's probably not what the residents of, I mean, I'm sure it's the same thing here in North Carolina. It's probably close to that. So they don't want to kill them, but they don't want to get rid of them. So they're going to let their town fall apart, which is what we like to do with everything in the United States. We like to pretend like there's not a problem, even though we complain about the problem all the time, until things fall apart. And then we're like, how did this happen? Because you don't want to get rid of the duck. That's why. Maybe that's a little harsh, but let me know what you think down below and keep it wild.